LeBron James is a once-in-a-generation athlete, a true prodigy that came into league with all the buzz you would expect from a star in the making. Plus, he was able to live up to those expectations and become one of the greatest ever, which meant he raked in the coin, as it were, which he put to good use to buy himself things fit for a king. Allow me to show you some of them. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 8. Championship rings. When it comes to the NBA, there are 3 major ways to prove you're one of the best around: stats, awards, and rings. Stats make you a valuable player and will give you a long career as long as they stay consistent. Awards prove you did enough to impress people during a season. But rings get you undeniability because you were part of a team that won it all. For a while, LeBron only had stats and awards, but then went to Miami and won 2 championship rings. Then he went back to Cleveland and the Cavaliers and finally a ring with them. If you're curious how much these rings cost, trust me, they're worth a fortune depending on who wore them. Even one ring just on base value can be tens of thousands of dollars depending on how lavish they are. Put that with the other 2, those are high-priced items. But just as important, the LeBron factor makes them even more valuable. Various legends have auctioned off their rings for charities in the past. They've gone from hundreds of thousands of dollars, like with Ron Artest, to millions with ones from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not that LeBron would sell his rings, but you never know. They're more than likely to go into the millions department. Number 7. The King's Fleet. LeBron James owns cars, and he's never afraid to spend money on them. To be fair, some only cost him a few tens of thousands. Others cost him many hundreds of thousands. King James reportedly spent $670,000 on a custom Lamborghini Aventador. James had the car wrapped to match one of his Nike shoes, the LeBron James X1, King's Pride. The base price for a 2019 Aventador S Roadster is a cool $460,247,000. And again, that's just one car. He's easily spent over $2 to $3 million on the cars that are known to the world. Plus, he'll get more, especially as his family grows and new rides are needed. Number 6. His entertainment business. LeBron, like many before him, has done his best to branch out into various ventures to expand his reach and wealth. Because of this, he is a producer of movies and TV shows in Hollywood. You might remember one of the movies he helped out with in Trainwreck. He's done many other cameos and other shows via behind-the-scenes work since. He's spending his own money to get various shows and movies off the ground, which again, shows him trying to branch out. Many feel him going to the Los Angeles Lakers was more of a business move for when he retired than a basketball move, as the Lakers stunk when he arrived. Plus, if you didn't hear, he's making Space Jam 2. Is it fair to root for that to fail? Number 5. The I Promise School. LeBron is a multifaceted person, despite what some would lead you to believe. He had a hard life up until the NBA, and he knows that he could be a good force for good in the world via the money he's obtained. Thus, he does some extreme charity work. He spends his own money to try and get kids off the street and into school. This eventually led to the creation of the I Promise School that is in Akron, Ohio, his hometown. The point of this school is simple. It's to go and help at-risk kids in the area and make sure that they can get the education they deserve. LeBron himself opened the school, and 250 kids were enrolled in it during his opening. Hard to put a price on that, but to fund the whole thing for 250 kids? Yeah, that isn't cheap. Rolexes. LeBron is a man of fine taste. That of course includes the watches he wears on his wrist when he makes his way to games and beyond, including this particular watch. A gold Rolex Day-Date 2, which he wore to the Cavs Championship Parade 2016. A special edition 18-karat rose gold Royal Oak. Another 18-karat white gold set with 608 diamonds, $178,800. Or some noteworthy and lucky watches that are tied around his Richie Rich wrist. That's just one watch, and it's worth almost $200,000. You can imagine how much the value of his whole collection is when you put that together. Exactly. Number 3. Second home in LA. LeBron has many homes, which is fair for some sorts of reasons, not the least of which is the logistics of being in many cities during his NBA career. Sure enough, when he moved to Los Angeles to join the Lakers, he needed to be sure that he had a new home to house the family and himself. So he spent $23 million to get a home he felt would fit them all. This particular house in LA features a home theater, outdoor kitchen, and an elevator that goes directly to the estate's rooftop terrace. There are 8 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms in the King's Palace with a custom kitchen and furnishings throughout. Plus, he has other homes they got to when they need to, and you can bet they're in the millions category as well. Number 2. Liverpool FC stake. Liverpool FC is a respected soccer club in England, and via an investment opportunity, LeBron owns a 2% stake in it, which he spent $6.5 million on. That's quite a lot for a 2% stake, and many thought this investment would go bust, and yet, his 2% is now worth $32 million. As if that wasn't enough, not long after getting the stake, the team honestly started to do a lot better. It's been a thrill to watch such a storied club make their way back to the top again and be part of it all. LeBron likes the fact that he's diversified in another global sport. James' business partner Maverick Carter told ESPN, "See, he knows what he's doing most of the time." Number 1, gifts for his team. It says a lot when the gifts of a man gives his worth more than your life. Yet for LeBron, he has always been a man who's been nice to his teammates, at times. Such as during one infamous playoff series when he decided that his team needed to look stylish before heading into the arena. And as a result, he bought the entire team suits. Nice suits too, like costing thousands of dollars per suits. Unfortunately for him, while he did strike an image, the internet blasted him for the attempt at uniformity. Better luck next time, LeBron. There you go. A look at the life of LeBron James and the various things he's bought that are certainly worth a lot of money. Which of these items surprised you the most? Which of these items would you like to get for yourself? What do you think LeBron will buy next? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.